Hello, guys. I'm Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. We're going to talk a little bit about the Diamond settling, I guess. What's getting ready to happen is next week, Diamond is going on the auction block because of bankruptcy. And the entire comic book industry has kind of been, I don't know, sticking their head down in the sand. Image Comics left, and that's a very important thing. Image Comics bolted away from Diamond. And this is after, Stevenson had condemned DC Comics just a couple of years prior for leaving Diamond. So I've talked about it in previous videos, but every time one of these major publishers leave Diamond and they go in a deal with Penguin Random House, the whole infrastructure of the direct market, it's easier to think of it as like, say, a circus tent. So every time a pole leaves, whether it's a big pole, little pole, whatever, the pressure then kind of lands on the other poles, and eventually the tent collapses. And Diamond, is going down. Obviously, they're collapsing. And some people are going to blame, DC, Marvel, sure, but there were a lot of other publishers that were out the door with this. And Image was the last. Now that might change. That might change. Image may come back because evidently Todd McFarlane is putting a bid in on Diamond come next week. Now the rumor is, and it's only a rumor, but one person actually had confirmed hearing this rumor, and that was Ben Dunn of Antarctic Press. I think I'm saying that right. So evidently there is another publisher that's confirming that Todd McFarlane has bid on this. Now, this is absolutely crazy. The Todd father coming in to save comics once again. Spider-Man, the Image Day, Spawn, all of that coming in, swinging heavy. And keep in mind, Todd's been one to win some auctions before. Historically, a lot of people remember that he had bid like millions of dollars, I think, on a baseball before, right? $3 million on a baseball. So this is a guy that will put his money on the table and say, "That's mine." Let's see, guys. What does this mean? So there's a lot of moving factors here. Now, at first glance, it sounds great. Todd McFarlane would buy Diamond. But I've said this before in previous videos. Just because Diamond's up for auction doesn't mean that whoever wins the assets. Now that could mean like the physical goods of Diamond, the overstock, all of that actually has a big interest in doing comics. Now, Todd obviously would probably use these warehouses and trucks, whatever he's getting in the Diamond distribution. He would use it for probably his toys, actually. Probably makes sense, right? He would start using that warehouse space. But why not make comics and distribute comics at the same time? Why not? Why not do both? Maybe you can actually make that financially work, right? I mean, I'm not going to pretend to understand what warehouse space costs Todd McFarlane and all that, but maybe this is a still. He can come in and, do comics at the same time, sure, and bring Image back, all of that jazz, to Diamond. At least that he can control. Wrangling in Marvel and DC back, that's going to be a different thing altogether, because they're offset with multi-year deals at Penguin Random House, right? So even Diamond was buying their Marvel stock and DC stock, from my understanding, from Penguin Random House. So that is that. Now Todd has a name that could revitalize this, and it's a big power move if he does it. But I mean, what I mean is, like, people have faith in Todd McFarlane. A lot of people think of Todd McFarlane as a success story in comics. It kind of sticks to his name, right? So just Todd coming in on this, and again, people said that he has a relationship with Jeppy, all of this stuff, and going back to Image Comics having a successful launch through Diamond, that maybe there's some friendship there, and sure, but could this redeem the American comic book industry? To me personally, Todd does a lot of business that makes sense. So what his plans are, I don't know. Somebody's got to save comics, right? Maybe Todd, but another part of this puzzle of why Todd might be doing this, and I have to bring this up to give this a fair shake, is Mattel and Warner Brothers and Discovery, same thing, just Warner Brothers. Mattel and Warner Brothers products announced a multi-year licensing partnership for DC characters and stories. Now, there's been a couple of things moving around with Todd, and I've covered it on this channel, but he's been doing which I have some on the shelf behind me here. And they're actually great. The Marvel statues, you can see the Hulk back there, and I got a Thor up there that Todd's been doing, and he's kind of walking between the raindrops on that because it's technically not an action figure because, Hasbro has the Marvel license for action figures. So he's kind of legally in the clear with these plastic statues. But what's also happening is obviously he lost the license, and nobody really knows. I mean, my opinion is he kind of made the DC money. That money came and went. I'm starting to see a lot of these figures turn into peg warmers. DC Comics keeps trying to roll out other characters, and reality is he's probably made God knows how many Batman figures off of this line. So he's cracked into the movie Batman figures. I mean, he's kind of covered all the bases. I mean, I'm not saying the DC license is kind of used up for him, but I've read in between some arguments and conversations, not only conversations, anyways, reference points that characters don't have guns. He can't give them guns like Red Hood. Other character issues seem to be like DC wants certain characters in the action figure line, and Todd's like, yeah, but can you sell it? Is anybody going to buy it? Some of these female action figure characters really don't sell. So, I mean, it seems like there's two headsets here. And what we understand DC and Marvel comics aren't about making comics actually want to buy. But when it comes into these $24, $25 action figures, they need to sell. Todd McFarlane does not want to do peg warmer toys that's sitting at Ollie's, obviously, because I haven't seen any there. That doesn't mean there won't be some in the future, but ideally, Todd's trying to keep things from going to those outlet, marked down stores like that. But that's a big license, right? That Todd's losing. And Todd will pick up license all around, like whether it's anime license or if it's Halo or sports figures. I mean, Todd just makes toys. It doesn't really matter what it is. And maybe he'll acquire the Marvel license. I have no idea. But what I do think is gonna happen is, he's gotta invest in something else because that is arguably still a big business he just lost with Warner Brothers. Because, that's gonna I guess that could be the Warner Brother properties too, like Iron Giant and Looney Tunes and all of that stuff, even though I don't think he ever touched that stuff. But, this, deal with Mattel is substantial. It is a new way to sell new Batman toys, obviously. And, Todd's probably letting go willingly, but maybe make that up. And, one door closes, another opens. Maybe buy Diamond and save the American comic book industry, or at least the retailers. And look, I personally actually like the sound of this. It sounds good because I think of Todd's name with success and money. And that might be the best thing for the American comic book industry. It's just his name buying Diamond. Now, you guys let me know in the comments below. How do you feel about this? The Todd father coming back. And also, while you're at it, please go check out Inglorious Rex. We're looking to bring this down next week, if not the following week. So you guys have a week, maybe 2 weeks left to come in and back this bad boy. Make sure to grab 232 Beast Mode. There's 3 books in this campaign. Plus, you can buy comics off our shop. And they ship out next day. Inglorious Rex 1 and 2 is in our store where you can buy previous copies at a walk-in price. Some are more. You usually get everything at a better value if you back in the campaign. Plus, you're getting about 8 trading cards in this campaign just for buying one comic along with a patch. A lot of great stretch goals. It's always great to have new supporters in this comic venture. If you guys will hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. I'll leave you guys with a trailer for Inglorious Rex, and we'll catch you guys again with another video.